بسم الله نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم. Shall we continue talking about those 10 people who are Rasulullah announced that they will enter paradise, and we are still talking about the most important among these, and that is Abubakar as-Siddiq radiyallahu anhu. Today we will try to talk a bit about the ishara, the indications from the Prophet ﷺ that Abu Bakr should be his Khalifa or his successor. We are told a hadith which is reported by both Al-Bukhari and Muslim, which means muttafaqun alayh, that أتت امرأة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, a lady came to the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم فأمرها أن ترجع إليه, and Rasul instructed her to come back in later, 2 days later or something like that. And the lady asked Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Ara'ayta in ji'tu wa lam ajidka?" What do you say? Suppose I come back to you and you're not around, and she was indicating if you are dead. And Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "In lam tajidini fa'ati Abu Bakr." If you don't get me, then come to Abubakar radiyallahu anhu. An indirect indication that Abubakar would be the one taking over from Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then another hadith which is reported both by Al-Bukhari and Muslim, where Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said the following: "Muru inni la adri ma qadru baqa'i fikum." Inni la adri, I don't know myself how long will I remain with you. قدر بقائي فيكم. فاقتدوا بالذين من بعدي. Then you better follow those people who will be after me. وأشار إلى أبي بكر وعمر. And in that gathering there was Abu Bakr and Umar. So Rasul pointed to the two of them, meaning that first, an indication that he may die at any time, and if that happens, then they will follow the people who actually were left behind, and indicating those two individuals, Abu Bakr and Umar. Then one of the most important one is the one I'm going to talk about, the hadith, the following hadith, plus what happened in his sickness. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, Rasul, when he became sick, and we will talk briefly how long it was, but let's just talk about this hadith to start with. Muru Abubakar falyusalli bin-nas. When he became sick, he said, "Tell Abu Bakr to be the imam for the people." Muru Abubakar falyusalli bin-nas. It is repeated 3 times because what happened, Aisha radhiyallahu anha, who is the daughter of Abu Bakr and al-Mu'minin, was trying to dissuade the Prophet ﷺ so that he mentioned somebody else. And the reason was he was thinking that it may be a bad omen, knowing that most likely the Prophet will die, and then people will feel as if Abu Bakr leading the people is a bad omen. So he said, "Ya Rasulullah, you know how Abu Bakr, how soft-hearted he is. His voice is very low. Why don't you tell somebody else?" And here she meant somebody like Umar. So Rasul when he was told that by Aisha the first time, he said, "Muru Abu Bakr falyusalli bin-nas." I can repeat the same thing. Rasul said, "Muru Abu Bakr falyusalli bin-nas." Instead of Bakr to lead the people until the 3rd time, and then he said, "That's something I don't want to go into it to dissuade us, divert from our topic." Now, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam became sick during the time when he died, exactly 2 weeks. On the Eid, Monday, 29th of Safar, which is the month after which comes Rabi' al-Awwal, he had visited the Nasa at the place which actually the Muslims are being buried there. And when he went there, the name has just escaped me. Escaped my mind. where all the Sahabas, most of them were being buried there. When he came back from that activity of burying a Muslim individual at Baqi', he started having headache. And also on top of headache, his temperature started having fever. And exactly 14 days from the start of this sickness, Al-Rasul died on Yawm al-Ithnain again on Monday, 12th Rabi' al-Awwal, exactly completing 63 days. The day the Prophet died is the same day he was actually born. Now, to show how particular Al-Rasul was with prayers, in all these 14 days when he was sick and very sick, at least in 11 days out of these 14, he led the prayer. On the day of Khamis, which is 4 days before his death, after reading the prayer, the Maghrib prayer, the Isha prayer, the time came, and Rasul asked if people have already prayed, and he was told they are waiting for you. He had very high temperatures, and he told people to pour some water, taking like a shower, and then he was unconscious. When he regained conscious, he asked, have the people prayed? He was told, Ya Rasulullah, they are waiting for you. He did the same. Bring me some water, poured the water into him, lost the consciousness, and did the third time more or less the same. Then after the third time when he asked, have the people prayed? And he was told they haven't prayed, they are waiting for you. This is the time he gave the instruction, Muru Abubakar falyusalli bin-nas. So Bilal tell Abubakar to lead the prayer. So Abubakar led the prayer starting with Thursday Isha prayer to Monday Fajr prayer. These are exactly 17 prayers which Abubakar led the people when the Prophet ﷺ was sick. We can see they are not a few. And Rasul insisted in these prayers, Abubakar should be the Imam. We don't have the time to explain the details of that, but it's enough for us to take that issue. About a day or two, some people say it was Yom Sabt, it was Saturday, some people say it was Sunday, which will be a day or two before his death. Rasul in the Salat al-Dhuhr started feeling a bit better. And with the help of two people, they led him to the prayer. As Abubakar realized that people were looking around and he realized it must be that the Prophet is coming, he tried to go behind so that Rasul can lead the prayer. But Rasul pointed that he continue. Then he was brought in and he sat on the left of Abubakar. And as you know, if there are two people, the one on the left usually is the Imam, left of Abubakar, not the left. And Rasulullah was praying, sitting, and Abubakar following the prayer of the Prophet, and the people are following the prayer of Abubakar. He's the one making the announcement, Takbir, Allahu Akbar, and all that. This was a day or two again showing the significance of Abu Bakr, that he is leading the Muslims, and next to him is the Prophet who is leading him, and he is like a Mukabbir, like the one who announces the movement of the Imam. Then the last prayer, which Rasul was still alive, was on Monday in the Fajr prayer. Abu Bakr was leading the prayer, and Rasul opened the curtain of the room of Aisha where he was staying there, and stood up, and the Muslimin were actually excited, thinking the Prophet now is much better. And he looked at them and he smiled. He said his face was shining like a moon. Now, Abu Bakr wanted to come back, to go back again, but Rasul pointed that he should continue leading the prayer. Then after that, he just removed, let the curtain go back and remain. And the ulama explained that the Prophet was so happy, and he realized, because in another hadith he Fatima in that sickness that he will not recover, he will die. I think we have mentioned it once. So Rasulullah was so happy that he is sick. Somebody is leading them, 17 prayers. They are quite happy about it. The believers, the Swahaba are following Abubakar. There is no issue. They are praying at the right time. So he was feeling he has accomplished his goal and there will be no problem if he dies. That was the indication and the interpretation of the whole event. Then after that, Abubakar finished the prayer, came to his daughter Aisha and told her, Ya Aisha, I think the Prophet is okay, because he thought he's getting better. And today is the day of actually Bint Kharija, the second wife of Abubakar radiallahu anha, was living in a place called the Sunan, a bit out of Medina. So he rode his horse and just went, not knowing that after a short while, before the Salat al-Dhuhr or within Duha, when the sun rises high a bit, the Prophet will feel bad. So the Prophet then became very sick and the Prophet passed away. Now, of course, the news started spreading here and there that the Prophet is dead, and some people don't agree that the Prophet is dead, as we're going to talk about it. And after that, Abubakar came back riding his horse, came and saw people, some of them crying, and Umar making quite a lot of shouting that nobody should say that the Prophet has died, and the Prophet has gone to his Lord, like the way Musa has gone for 40 days, and when he comes back, those who say that the Prophet is dead will be cut, whatever, the hands and all that. People got confused and shocked. And Abu Bakr was so calm, he didn't say a word. He went straight to the room of Aisha radiallahu anha. He raised the bedsheet where it was covering the body of the Rasul, including the face, and he kissed him, cried a bit, and said the following: بِأَبِي أَنْتَ وَأُمِّي طِبْتَ حَيًّا وَمَيِّتًا. By my father, my mother, you look great, you look beautiful, you look nice when you are alive and when you are dead. وَالَّذِي نَفْسِي بِيَدِهِ لَا يُذِيقُكَ اللَّهُ الْمَوْتَتَيْنِ أَبَدًا. By the one who saw it in my hands, you will never test two death. In other words, you have tested this death and that's it. Then he went out and tried to call Umar. كيف قال أيها الحارث على رسلك قل down Umar. When Umar was still excited, Abubakar just went aside and he started saying the following words. And he said, من كان يعبد محمدا فإن محمدا قد مات ومن كان يعبد الله فإن الله حي لا يموت. Whoever was worshipping Muhammad, Muhammad is dead. Whoever is worshipping Allah, Allah will ever be there. And then he recited two verses. إِنَّكَ مَيِّتٌ وَإِنَّهُمْ مَيِّتُونَ. Allah says in Surah Zumar, you are dead, that is, you will die, and they will die, all other people will die. And then he recited the other verse, which was much more important and much clearer. وَمَا مُحَمَّدٌ إِلَّا رَسُولٌ قَدْ خَلَتْ مِنْ قَبْلِهِ الرُّسُلُ أَفَإِنْ مَاتَ أَوْ قُتِلَ انقَلَبْتُمْ عَلَى أَعْقَابِكُمْ وَمَنْ يَنقَلِبْ عَلَى عَقِبَيْهِ فَلَنْ يَضُرَّ اللَّهَ شَيْئًا وَسَيَجْزِي اللَّهُ الشَّاكِرِينَ. Muhammad, and this verse which came after the battle of Uhud, where people gave rumors that the Prophet was dead, and then they started being a bit disintegrated and all that. But Allah had prepared and revealed that verse. وَمَا مُحَمَّدٌ إِلَّا رَسُولٌ. Muhammad is just a messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. قَدْ خَلَتْ مِنْ قَبْلِهِ الرُّسُلُ. Messengers have come and gone and died before him. أَفَإِنْ مَاتَ أَوْ قُتِلَ انقَلَبْتُمْ عَلَى أَعْقَابِكُمْ. If he dies, or actually he is killed or slain, will you go back to a heels? Will you go back to kufr, so to say? وَمَنْ يَنْقَلِبْ عَلَى عَقِبَيْهِ فَلَنْ يَضُرَّ اللَّهَ شَيْئًا. Whoever turns back his heels, he will not harm Allah in any way. وَسَيَجْزِي اللَّهُ الشَّاكِرِينَ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward those who are grateful and those who remain firm. Umar said, immediately I heard this verse. It seemed to me as if it was revealed there and then. My feet were no longer able to carry me, I just collapsed. And people in the mosque were just repeating that verse of Muhammadun illa Rasul as if it has been revealed. And they all now started crying, sinking the reality that really Muhammad is dead. Now, a pause to see how composed Abubakar was. This is a very trying time, and this, no doubt, is his best friend among the Swahaba. The one who was closer to the Prophet ﷺ is Abubakar. And he was able, by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to contain himself and compose himself and be actually quite okay taking this shock in a very nice way and trying to explain to people that Muhammad is dead, but in other words, we should remain firm as far as Islam is concerned. He has done his part, let us do our part, so to say. This was a very important role which Abu Bakr did, as a lot of other roles we're going to explain them later. Now, this was Monday. Later on, the news reached Abu Bakr and Umar that Al-Ansar were made up of Al-Aws and Khazraj are meeting at Saqifat Bani Sa'ida, at a special place where usually they meet. And Abu Bakr and Umar were told they are discussing who will take over the Khilafah. So Abu Bakr told Umar and Abu Ubaidah bin Jarrah, let us rush and get these people before anything wrong happens. It's important to explain these things gradually, because a lot of people try to bring in things which are not right at this very moment. This is the moment where people are shocked, and they hear there was no time to tell other people, so and so come and we go and listen to this. It's to rush before they decide. Imagine if the Ansar, God forbid, decide to announce so and so will be the Khalifa of our Rasul, and others have not accepted what will happen. So they rush. As they rush there, Sa'd ibn Ubadah, who was the real leader of Khazraj, and he was accepted by the Aws, because there had been less fighting between the Khazraj and others completely. There were no fighting from the time they converted to Islam, so it was easier. He was covering himself with a sheet, and Umar asked him, this is Sa'd ibn Ubadah, and Sa'd ibn Ubadah was a bit sick. And one of the Ansar was talking there, explaining that now it is the time of Ansar to take leadership, because of course in number the Ansar were very many. Al-Muhajirin, they were very few. A few came from Mecca, and then some have been killed here and there with the fight. I will have to rush this one and I think continue tomorrow because of the time, so I will see where to pause. And this individual is trying to talk about that. Immediately he finished, Umar said, I had prepared a very good speech I wanted to talk. As he wanted, Abu Bakr told him, Umar, ala risk, just hold on. Abu Bakr knows Umar is harsh sometimes, and he thought he may spoil the situation. So he talked in a very nice way, which I think I will try to explain that on tomorrow. Today we'll just say the outcome, and gave the rights and their dues and the good things the Ansar did. But at the same time, try to explain that this issue of Khilafah had to be from somebody who is Quraysh. One, because all the Arabs in the Arab world will never accept anybody except the Quraysh. The reason is the Quraysh have been the people who are leaders in religious affairs, because Al-Kaaba is in their place. And also he quoted a hadith of Rasulullah, which I will quote in details, inshallah, tomorrow. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.